We often get the question asked us, are we a member of the Byzantine Rite? To which the answer is yes, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. Inside the Catholic Church, there are four major families at the initial beginning of the Church. You have the Church in Jerusalem, the Church in Rome, the Church in Alexandria, and the Church in Antioch. Ultimately, there was also the Church in Constantinople. Each one of these churches had a church built up around them, following their own traditions and their own ways of doing things, all in union with each other, but doing things in different ways. In the West, the development was for the Rite and the Church to be the same. You have the Western or Latin Rite of the Church. In the Eastern churches, that was not quite the case. For example, in our case, members of the Byzantine Rite, there were many, many different groups who became part of this tradition. For example, the Melkites out of Lebanon, and their tradition is for the same way of doing the liturgy, following the liturgy of St. John Chrysostom and St. Basil the Great, but they do it with their own native music and their own native language. Their liturgy traditionally is done in Arabic. Unlike our church, the Ruthenian Catholic Church, where our tradition is to use the Slavonic language, and then ultimately in the United States, we switched over to English. So even though we use the same liturgy and have the same format and traditions, we grew up in different locations, and because of that, have a different tradition and a different church. So the question is, whether it's a rite or a church, there are a total of 5 main rites in the church. The problem is, inside each of those rites, you can have many, many separate churches.